This is Jarrod Horak, and welcome to my latest Road to Kentucky Derby 2026 video. In this video, I'm going to analyze the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream Park on Saturday, February 28th, and it goes as the 14th race. It's a Grade 2 event with a $425,000 purse. This race is for 3-year-olds traveling a mile and a 16th on the main track, and the scheduled post time is 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is a Kentucky Derby 2026 points race, and I cover all of the Derby points races on my channel. Through the first 22 Derby points races, my top choices have 8 wins, 4 runner-up finishes, and 2 show finishes. I also do a Road to Kentucky Oaks points race video series. I'm 10 for 20 with my top choices in that series, and we have 3 Oaks points races this week. We have the Busher Stakes at Aqueduct, the Devona Dale at Gulfstream, and the Honeybee at Oaklawn. I have the Busher and the Devona Dale on my channel now. I'm going to be posting the Honeybee later this week. And on the road to the Derby, the Gotham Stakes, the Fountain of Youth, and the Rebel Stakes will be run this week. I posted a Gotham Stakes video earlier this week. I have a Fountain of Youth video right here. And then for the Rebel Stakes, I'm going to be posting that later this week. So stay tuned for those other videos. And first, we're going to meet the field, and then I'll give out my top contenders. Number 1 in here is Jackson Hole, 8-1 morning line for trainer Todd Pletcher. John Velasquez is going to ride. This one's 2 for 2, and they paid $1.3 million for this son of Nyquist. Number 2, Rockies Balboa for Dale Romans. And this one's 2 for 2 at Gulfstream. Last time out, won easily 7 furlongs, a Florida-bred race on January 29th. The next one is number 3, Talkin for Danny Gargan. Joao Rosario's going to ride, and he's 15-1 morning line. He was beaten 18 lengths when he was last seen in the Grade 2 Remsen. He will try to get involved from off the pace. Number 4, Commandment, 2-1 for trainer Brad Cox. Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to ride. Won his last 2 starts, including the Mucho Macho Man Stakes, a 1-turn mile, and he won that by more than 6 lengths under Irad Ortiz as the 1-2 favorite. Number 5, Bravaro, and Bravaro is trained by Saffie Joseph Jr., and Tyler Gaffleone's going to ride. Won his first 2 starts against New York Bred Company. Then in the Grade 3 Holy Bull last time, he was second best. Number 6, Chief Wallabee for Bill Mott. Junior Alvarado is going to ride back in just his second career start here. He looked good winning his debut, 7 furlongs at Gulfstream on January 10th. The runner-up was the Puma, and he was more than 9 lengths clear of the rest, and the Puma would come back and finish third in the Sam F. Davis. Number 7, Napoleon Solo. This one's 7-2 for Chad Summers. Kendrick Carmouche is going to ride. Won both of his starts last year easily, and he was right up on the pace, including the Grade 1 Champagne Stakes. He has multiple bullets for this. Number 8, Bulls by the Horn, and this one for Saffie Joseph Jr. is a 30-1 long shot, and he was third in an optional claiming dirt route at Tampa Bay on January 16th. The next one has scratched. That is Global Aviator. He's number 9, so he is out of this race. Number 10, Solitude Dude, 5-1. Saffie Joseph Jr. and Flavian Pratt. He won all 3 of his starts around 1 turn, and he's 2 for 2 at Gulfstream, and he wired the field in the Swale Stakes at 7 furlongs last time. Lost money is number 11 at 50-1. Juan Arias trains this one. Javier Castellano is going to ride. He's a maiden after 3 starts. He was second beaten 8 lengths behind highly regarded Chad Brown runner Canaletto in his last start, a 1-turn mile at Gulfstream. And the past performance data in this video is provided by todaysracingdigest.com. And if you need past performances for Gulfstream for February 28th, you can find those past performances at Today's Racing Digest. And I will include a link to their most popular product, the Complete Digest, in the video description below. And now we're going to get into the handicapping. We're going to look at the Today's Racing Digest past performances, and then I'll give out my top contenders. Now we'll look at the past performances for all of the entrants for the Fountain of Youth, and then I'll give out my top contenders. And we'll look at Jackson Hole first, and this one, as I said, is 2 for 2, won his 7-furlong debut, getting a 1:08 final time rating, and then he ran faster when they stretched him out January 17th at the fairgrounds, and in that allowance optional claiming event, he won by 5 lengths. He was controlling the pace, a good effort there. He had Lasix. He doesn't have Lasix this time. He did get a 1:26 final time rating last time out. So he did run faster. He also earned better pace ratings as well. So for Jackson Hole, he will have to run faster again to compete with these, but he has the inside post. He has early pressing versatility. He reconnects with his debut pilot, John Velasquez. That debut win was at 7 furlongs at Gulfstream. So he handles the track. He's got the inside post with early pressing speed. I think he's going to save ground, stalking the pace. Rockies Balboa for Dale Romans. This one got an improved 129 final time rating last time, but that was against Florida-bred optional claiming company, and that was also at 7 furlongs. So now he's going to stretch out, face much better company, and he's going to have to run faster. Number 3, Talkin. Now he did well in his first 2 starts, getting a 132 final time rating in his debut, and he won that race at 7 furlongs at Saratoga. And then he was a distant second in the Champagne Stakes, getting a 126. And then he dipped to a 71. He raced wide from the outside post, and he was beaten 18 lengths in the Remsen Stakes. And the 1-2 Remsen finishers, Paladin and Renegade, came back and won their first starts this year in stakes races. Paladin won the Risen Star. Renegade won the Sam Davis. So Talkin, he should get some pace, and he'll be finishing. Number 3, Commandment in here. And Commandment is one, or he's number 4 in here, actually, Commandment. He's one that, for Brad Cox, is in great form, and his speed ratings are on the rise. He went from a 98 in his debut. He jumped up to a 128 second time out, winning that event at 7 furlongs, and then a 144 final time rating last time. And then I like the distance progression from 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs to a 1-turn mile. Now he stretches out around 2 turns. He handled Gulfstream fine last time. Brad Cox 6 for his last 15. And I think this horse, with that good tactical speed, should work out a good trip under his winning rider, Irad Ortiz. Bravaro is next, and Bravaro is one that he did duplicate his best final time rating last time. His debut, he got a 108, and then he went to a 129, and then paired up that 129 in that Holy Bull last time. But in the Holy Bull, he had a perfect trip. He was sitting there behind dueling leaders, and it looked like he was just perched to win that event at the top of the stretch, but nearly kept on going, and Bravaro was second. So we'll have to see if he really wants to go this far, because his first 2 races around 1 turn against New York bred company, he won both of those races. Chief Wallabee getting a 129 final time rating in his debut, looked good. Bill Mott wanted to run him in a 7 furlong race, but that race didn't fill, and then he ended up just showing up in this stakes race. It's a lot to ask in just his second career start, stretching out in distance, but this horse does have some talent, obviously, and he will have to run faster, and this is a good test for him. Napoleon Solo, will he be ready to fire his best shot in his first start since October? He's training well for this. He's a fast horse. Still don't know how far he wants to run. In his 6 furlong debut, he won that one easily, 135 final time rating, and then a 146 in the Champagne. And that's the last time we've seen him. So we're going to find out if he has developed from age 2 to 3. Bull by the Horns. For this one, he did get a 120 final time rating at Tampa Bay last time, but that's not nearly enough to compete with this group. I mentioned that Global Aviator was scratched. Solitude Dude, he earned decent numbers in his sprint races, and he's got Flavien Prat aboard, and he's got speed. Will he be able to overcome post 10 and not lose too much ground? 125 final time rating in his winning debut, then a 143, then a 146. So Solitude Dude on the right track. It's just a question of, can he go this far? Lost Money is a maiden, and he's too slow. 84 in his debut, and then back-to-back 110 final time rating. So that's not going to cut it against this crew. So now we're going to give out other contenders. Now I'll just go quickly through the horses that I don't like as much. As I said, Global Aviator is out. The horse that I picked to finish 10th is number 11, Lost Money. The horse that I picked to finish 9th is the 8, Bull by the Horns. In 8th place, the 2, Rockies Balboa. In 7th, the 3, Talkin. In 6th, the 5, Bravaro. And then my 5th place contender, number 7, Napoleon Solo. And we'll begin with my top 5, since this is a super high 5 race. And Napoleon Solo, my biggest concern is the layoff, and then stretching out around 2 turns for the first time, and then also meeting other speed. So those are the main concerns for this one. Obviously, if he runs back and runs as well as he did in the Champagne, he should be right there throughout. So Napoleon Solo is a contender, just not sure about him in this race at those odds. And the horse that I picked to finish 4th is the 10, Solitude Dude. He's another one. We just don't know if he wants to go this far, but he's looked great in his 3 sprint races, and now we're going to find out if he can stretch out and handle 2 turns, and he is facing better company in here. So Solitude Dude, I wish he had a better post. He's out in post 10, and he might be chasing wide, and that probably won't be the way to win this event. And the horse that I picked to finish 3rd is Chief Wallabee, and Chief Wallabee for Bill Mott, He's got a ton of upside. We're going to find out how good he is in this spot. Is he really ready for this after just one 7 furlong race? That's what we're going to find out in here. He did get that 129 final time rating last time. Solid enough. He can build on that and run faster. And if he does, he could work out a good stalking trip as well if he can relax, stretching out around 2 turns in this tough spot. And for second place, I'm going to go with the 1 Jackson Hole, just because I think he can work out a good trip from that inside post. And he did win both of his starts, and he did run faster second time out. Now he's going to have to run faster again because he got a 126 final time rating last time. Not enough to beat this field. He's going to have to jump up, improve a few lengths, but I can see him working out a good tactical trip from the inside post. And if he can get clear sailing from there and he doesn't get stuck behind tiring speed horses, he's interesting. Commandment's going to be my top choice, number 4 in here. I just think he seems to be the most likely winner. I like the progression. I like that he's earned better speed ratings in all 3 of his starts. As I said, a 98, a 128, and then a 144. And then looking at his fire numbers are speed throughout a race for today's Racing Digest. He went from a 63 to an 88 to a 94. And then his CPR, the comprehensive performance rating, which takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction, he went from a 78 to a 120 to a 148 last time. So that was a visually impressive win in the Mucho Macho Man. That was not a Kentucky Derby points race, but this one, good pedigree to go this far. Into Mischief is the sire. Sipacan Harbor, the dam. Orb, Kentucky Derby winner Orb is the dam sire. So he's bred to handle the added ground. He's got a good post position for this, and he's got good tactical speed. So there's a lot to like here. And even that last final time rating puts him right there, if not the fastest horse in the race. So Commandment, with the good draw, the good positional speed, Irad Ortiz is going to probably work out a good trip, and he just looks like the most likely winner of the Fountain of Youth Stakes. And if you're interested in my full card analysis, I offer full cards each day that Santa Anita Park runs, and I'm also doing a special full card for Gulfstream for February 28th, that 14-race Fountain of Youth Stakes card. I'm going to do that full card this week, and you can find my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com on my handicappers page at their website, or at my personal website, therunawayhorse.com, on my shop page. Don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. Till I see you next time, good luck at the races.